All praise to Yahweh. Halala wa'ala, Yahweh. Shalom. Oh, what's good, y'all? I want to make my disclaimer here, right now. Today, we're going to be dealing with another identity segment. So I always going to definitely suggest get your Torah out. Maybe you probably might even need to go grab your computer. And what we're going to do here, we're just going to reveal one of these identities. And I want to make a side note before I go into this. For some odd reason, you got people who've adopted this narrative. Oh man, this guy don't know what he talking about. Then you got jackasses who will just agree with them. Yeah, you're right. Man, both of y'all look stupid as fuck. Let me make that clear. And to the dude I'm debating, I want you to hear this. Bruh, I'm not even gonna lie to you. You got baited into this, bro. And if you know what I know, you better back out before the 16th. Because I plan to obliterate you. I'm gonna let it be known right here, right now. When it come down to this identity stuff, bro, I've been studying this stuff for years now. And you done made a fatal mistake. You done let all these people get into your head and pump you up. Oh, this dude don't know what he talking about. He don't know nothing. They set you up for failure. So I'm going to make this clear and personal now. My plan is to get you to take your name off that docket. So you might be just thinking about winning, bro, but I'm thinking about annihilating you, period, forever. And with all the BS going on here lately from the in crowd and the out crowd, I got people on my interview trolling me 3 hours consecutively and then thinking, oh, I can just apologize about it. That's cool. You can apologize about whatever. But if you ever play that shit again, you are out of here. That much I can assure you on. So with that being said, we're going to start looking at Japhet's children. All right. And we're going to reveal one of the identities of Japhet's children. And we're going to show you who we're going to be dealing with. So we're going to go, Salaki. We're just going to go to Genesis 10, verse number 2. The sons of Japhet, Gomer, Magog, and Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, and Tyrus. The sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah. We're going to focus on Ashkenaz today. And I'm going to show you why we're going to focus on them. Well, when you come here, you're going to realize that Ashkenaz, that name only appears 3 times in the Torah. And this is going to be important. So what we're going to do here, let's go to the first one. And the most important one. And that's going to be, that's going to be in the book of Jeremiah. That's going to be Jeremiah 51, starting at verse number 27. Raise a banner in the land, sound the shofar among the nations. Summon nations against it. Muster against the kingdom of Arat, Meni, and Ashkenaz. Appoint commanders against, bring up the horse and the bristle and locust. So Jeremiah is letting you know these people was a part of the people that destroyed Babylon. This is going to become very, very important. So now, because once again, Salaki, come on, being so bright. Once again, this name Ashkenaz only appears 3 times in the whole Torah, right? So what we're going to do is, now what we must do is we got to figure out who these people are in history. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to show you what these people will first look like. Then I'm going to show you who they became. These people will first look like this. Forgive me for that window. These people will first look like this. Okay? This is when these people were coming down out of the Caucasus Mountains. And you're going to have a whole lot of people, oh man, that Khazar stuff is a lie. I ain't talking about Khazar. I'm letting you know this is Ashkenazi. See, at this point, right here, they wouldn't be practicing our heritage at this point. When they started to practice our heritage, I'm going to show you what they start to look like. So, in order to get that, let's go to our servant Jonah. And we're going to show something about our servant Jonah. And I told y'all on that video, October 19th, that Jonah, his timeline would have been before Isaiah, Ezekiel, Jeremiah. See, they've hit you off with this false narrative called major prophets and minor prophets. Yet, I still challenge anybody to show me that anywhere in the Torah. We start with our brother Jonah. I really like this book right here. We go to our brother Jonah, and we go to look at Jonah's timeline. You're going to see 783 to 753. Now, when you go through all of the rest of the prophets, you're going to come to realize Jonah's timeline is before all of them. A lot of people have an idea, well, can't nobody timeline but be before Isaiah. So that's 783 BC to 753 BC. When you go to and you look at Isaiah, that's 701 BC to 681 BC. So Jonah predates Isaiah. It's going to become important. We're going to go back over this again. We go to Jonah, the 3rd chapter. Let's get that. The word of Yahweh came to Jonah a second time, saying, arise and go to Nineveh, that great city, call out against her the proclamation that I tell you. So Jonah rose and went to Nineveh according to Elohim's word. Now Nineveh was an enormous, great city. A 3-day journey. Jonah commenced to enter the city a distance of a 1-day journey. And he called out and said, 40 days more, and Nineveh shall be overturned. And the people of Nineveh believed in Elohim, so they proclaimed a fast, donned sackcloth from their great to their small. The matter reached the king of Nineveh, and he arose to his throne and removed his robe from himself and covered himself with sackcloth and sat in ashes, and had it promulgated and declared in Nineveh by the council of the king's nobles, saying, so this is a king's decree, okay? This is a declaration by the king about to go out. Now listen to what the king says. The man and animal, herd and the flock shall not taste anything. They shall neither graze nor drink water. Both man and animal shall cover themselves with sackcloth, and they shall call out to the mighty Elohim. Every man shall turn back from the evil way and the robbery that is in their hands. Now, this is a king's decree, y'all. Now, the king ain't telling people go put clothes on animals. That's not what he's saying. He's calling these people who don't wear clothes already, he's calling them animals. Because, see, these people would have got into Assyria. Just like he says, both man and animal shall cover themselves in sackcloth. Now, what animal can cover themselves in sackcloth? The man and the animal or the herd of the flock shall not taste anything, and they shall neither graze nor drink water. Now, what animal can you stop from going to drink water? And they shall call out to the mighty Elohim. Every man shall turn back from the evil way of the robbery that is in his hands. So what animal can call out to the mighty Creator? And what animal will have robbery in his hands? It's talking about these people. See, you've been duped on Assyrian history. See, these people would have got in Assyria. And that's why he calls them animals, because they wear those animal skins. And I'm going to prove this. And I'm going to show something else. Now, when you look at this king's decree, and this king has made this decree, so we know Nineveh becomes saved. Nineveh gets delivered because of this. But here's going to be the thing, though. These people would have got into Assyria, and from this point, when this king makes this declaration, they would have to don sackcloth. So that means they would have to come out of them animal skins, and they would have to get into regular clothes. And that's what all sackcloth mean. They would just have to get into the clothing of that time. So So when it says don sackcloth, that just means, forgive me. That just means the clothing of the time, sackcloth. The way they did their clothes at that time. So he told them don sackcloth. Stop looking like them animals. When these people would get out of these, they would now get into this. Okay? See, the problem with Assyria is that Ashkenazi helped destroy Assyria. See, Ashkenazi is not the Chaldeans. No, they would have been the army of the Chaldean. Okay? And we're going to prove all this in just a minute. Because the Chaldeans are not exactly what y'all think. But we're not going to focus on the Chaldean. Let's focus on Ashkenazi, right? So then, we're going to show you, we're going to go ahead and get into it. I'm going to show you who they've been hiding themselves under in history. Like I see, there's this big stumbling block with these biblical names. When you try to start studying, you're going to get to a point to where I can't go no farther with this name. And see, that's because the Babylonian scribes done changed the names all through the text. So I'm going to show y'all something. All right. All right. So we're going to use our friend here, which is online etymology, not just using Google, but let's just go to etymology, right? We're going to go to Ashkenazim, which we know this is Ashkenazi. We know that, right? And it says plural Central Northern European Jews as opposed to the Sephardim, the Sephardim. These are going to be the opposing people, the Jews, and we're going to get into who they are on another one. It says the Jews of Spain and Portugal, 1839 from Hebrew, Ashkenazi, and plural for Ashkenazi, eldest son of Gomer. It says also the name of a nation mentioned in Jeremiah. It says perhaps the name, and look, they wouldn't even put it in here, but notice that's 51, but they put a I and a one and an I. See, they're trying to hide this. These people are slick. It says perhaps the people name into Greek, Scythian, or who? Scythian. So Ashkenazi is nobody but the Scythian in history. And what they did is they changed their name through history and called themselves the Scythians. So remember, you're seeing this on etymology.com. Etymology is telling you that the Ashkenazi is the Scythian. And this is going to become real important in a minute, y'all. Okay? So then, let's, Scythian. We're still in online etymology. Scythian. 1540s from Latin Scythia, from Greek Scythia, namely anciently given to a region along the north coast of the Black Sea from Scythes, Scythian, said to be from the Indo-European root meaning shepherd. This is an adjective from 1560. Herodotus responsible for Scythian disease and Scythian insanity. All right, so let's make another connection. Let's make this next connection. So that's one source, right? So let's go to Wiki, right? And when we go to Ashkenazi and Wiki, what are they going to tell us? Ashkenazi from the Hebrew Bible, one of the descendants of Noah. Ashkenazi is the first son of Gomer and the Japhetic patriarch in the Table of Nations. In Rabbinic literature, the kingdom of Ashkenazi was first associated with what? The Scythian region. So these are the Scythians in history. But that's Ashkenazi. They've just changed their name. Now, until you understand this part right here, until you understand who these people proceed to go and what they do, you are using Jewish myth history. And that's facts. Facts. So just keep going. And TK Torah Nights, we ain't no longer using no myth history. We finna separate from all of that. It says later with Slavic territories and from the 11th century onward with Germany and Northern Europe. It says his name related to the Assyrian Askuzu. But see, that's the thing. Assyria kept their name close as possible. child. And people who expelled the Crimeans from Armenia, a highland of the upper Euphrates area. Medieval Jews associated the term geographical area with real and Western Germany as a result of the Jewish culture, and that developed in the area also called Ashkenazi. But let's don't forget, y'all. Keep your 2-minute memory on. Ashkenazi is the Scythians. They are first associated with Scythia. When you look up, when you etymology Ashkenazi, they're going to let you know. The Greeks called them the Scythians. Right? So now we can understand. Let's take a look again. Remember, that would be these people. Forgive me for that. That would be these people. This is Ashkenazi. And I'm going to show you these people's pattern on what they did. And this dude in this debate, bro, I'm going to bury you in this. So check this out. So then, I want to look. Now I'm going to show y'all something. So we're going to go into this Babylonian text. And then, excuse me one second. Go into this Babylonian text, and then we're going to go here. We're going to get some more. Let's go get some more edification. Let's see. Okay, so I got that already. All right, gotcha. So what we're going to do is now we're going to look up, because see, Ashkenazi would have actually been the army. They would have been the army for the Chaldean. We're going to do, of course, I got my Stones KJV. I'm going to use the KJV on this one because it has a better translation on this particular one. So, and I know y'all have heard me go over some of these scriptures quite a few times, but I want you to really get to understanding what's going on. That's going to be Isaiah 23, starting at verse number 13. Behold, the land of the Chaldean. This people was not till the Assyrian founded it for them that dwell in the wilderness. They set up the towers thereof, they raised up the places thereof, and he brought it to ruin. Let's go back. Notice that part. It says, Assyria founded it for them that dwelt in the wilderness. So if you dwelt in the wilderness, that means you ain't had shit. So number one, when these people try to tell you, oh, we had these great kingdoms and had all of this and had all of that, it's a damn lie. It's a damn lie. These people wouldn't have had shit until Assyria founded it for them. And we're going to show you why that's going to get important. Because I made a video on October 19th and I told you that these same people would have got into Assyria and they would have destroyed Assyria. So we'll just hit the highlighted part. It says, Near East prefer violent usurpings of corrupt elections of their own and Near East prefer violent usurpings to corrupt elections, and their form of recall was assassination. Some of these wars were doubtless inevitable. Barbarians proud about every frontier, and the reign and the weakness would see the Scythians, aka Ashkenazi, the Cimmerians, some of their kinfolks, and some horde of sweeping down on the wealth of the Assyrian cities. Yeah, I can't make this up. It seems like as soon as I start recording, you just got stuff to start happening, man. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and, like I said, see, every time, what I'm trying to show y'all is this. Anytime you see Scythian history, that's Ashkenazi. And see, because of the fact that Ashkenazi's history has been bleeped out, you don't believe a whole lot of stuff. You don't trust a whole lot of stuff. Let's not say believe, let's say trust. You don't trust this, and you don't understand this. So, let's keep going. Let's go back. And I'm going to show this again one more time. Now, remember, this is a chapter about Assyria, right? Now it says, while semi-barbarous marauders harassed every border and exhausted the resources of the country and an endless defense of its unnatural frontiers. Ashurbanipal died in 626 BC. Ashurbanipal remember there's two lines of these sons. Remember, we went over this, right? Ashurbanipal would have died, where my pointer go? 626 BC, 14 years later, an army of Babylonians under Nebuchadnezzar united with the army of the Medes of Sysaxes, that word is hard, and a horde of Scythians from the Caucasus, and with amazing ease and swiftness captured the capitals and north, and Nineveh was laid waste and ruthlessly and completely, as her kings had come and ravaged Susa and Babylonia. So let's just stop. I told you, Ashkenazi destroyed Assyria. Right? Now, we're going to show you why this is going to become very important, because it's a part of history that's being wrote up and told wrong. Excuse me. So let's go and deal with that. See, you won't find the name Scythian in the Torah, but I'll show you where you will find it. You will find the name Scythia in the New Testament. And that's going to be Colossians 3:11, whether there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision, barbarian, Scythian. So let's go on and hit Scythian. We ain't going to finish that. When you're going to get that Scythes, Scuthus, okay? Scythian, rude or rough. Scythian, an inhabitant of Scythia or modern-day Russia. By more civilized nations of antiquity, the Scythians were regarded as the wildest barbarians. So just like I told you, these people wouldn't have had shit. Excuse me, Salakia. Like Prophet Isaiah told you. Because remember, the Scythians, they would be the army for Chaldea. Like it says, founded it, who dwell in the wilderness. They didn't have shit. So this is why you ain't gonna see no ancient great kingdom of Scythia and ancient great kingdom. This bullshit, y'all. Them people didn't have nothing. And they wouldn't have had nothing until they got into Assyria. And they wouldn't have had nothing until they took over Babylonia. But just here go the thing, though, Hebrews. Now let's take a look at that pattern. Okay. For anybody, for any and everybody, Salakia, for anybody and everybody, this is the Caucasus Mountains, okay? So if you keep on running with this turkey history, you're going to lose this one bad. This is the Caucasus Mountains, and it's telling you right here in this book that Ashkenazi would have came out of the Caucasus and then destroyed Assyria, right? So now we understand who Ashkenazi is in history. And, you know, we all know identity, it is what it is. So, let's see here. Now, let's get to this guy. Marduk Alpha Adenia, cuneiform spelling. It says in the Bible, Marduk, Marduk, Balad, whatever. And it says that Marduk is given me as heir. Now, watch this. Was a Chaldean leader from the Bit Yakan, who seized Babylonian throne at 722 BC from Assyrian control and reigned from 722 to 710. Now, here go the key. I'm going to show y'all. Let's go back. It says Marduk Alpha Adenia was known as one of the kings who maintained Babylonia's independence in the face of the military of supremacy. But see, that's the key, though. That's the key. You see that Sargon of Assyria repressed the allies of Marduk. Why did he repress them? Because they were fighting. And who gave Marduk, who gave this guy his start? I'm going to show you. His predecessor is who? Shalmaneser IV, the other Assyrian son. So just like I told you, these Assyrian sons is at war. Shalmaneser would have appointed them. This is how these people learned how to read. This is how these people got into the heritage. Okay? They didn't know how to read. They didn't do none of this shit before, because before this time, they was living in the wilderness, remember? They didn't have shit. After they got into Assyria and Jonah goes up there and that king makes that decree, he tells them to put on sackcloth. So he tells them to stop wearing these animal skins, and now let's get ready to become a people. And later on, this is Ashkenazi now. These people would make up the entire army of Chaldea. Now remember, Nebuchadnezzar is a Chaldean, but this is his army. His army is Ashkenazi, y'all. I don't know how much more I gotta say to get this through your head. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you that it's been a whole lot of lies. It's Esau Edom. He the one spread all over the whole world. And man, them lies. Them are straight lies. What we gonna do? I'm gonna show you them straight lies. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Good. Go play. Kids. All right. Let's go to Salakia. Let's go to the book of Habakkuk. Starting at chapter 1, start verse number 5. Look among the nations and observe and be utterly astounded, for Elohim is bringing about an occurrence in your days that will not be believed when it is related. For behold, I will establish the Chaldeans, the bitter and impetuous nation, and they will go across the breadth of the earth to possess dwelling places that are not its own. See, that's what y'all don't get. It's a wordplay. See, these people would be in the Chaldean army, so they would be a part of the Chaldean nation. That's going to be Ashkenazi. Now I'm going to show you how these people all came together and destroyed Assyria. And ever since that time, they've been in Assyria. Ever since that time, these people got into Assyria, they've been hiding their identity. So we're going to show you something else about these people, too. Let me get this. Okay, sorry. That's not the one I need. Already hit Marduk. All right. So let's go real quick. Now let's look at Chaldea. Chaldea, 1580s is a noun, 1732, an adjective referring to Chaldea, rich plain of the southern Babylonia, in which people or of the people who lived there in Latin Chaldeus, Greek Kaledos, and Aramaic Kalidas. But long story short, these is going to be the Chaldeans. Now it says Belshazzar, king of Babylon, in contradiction with the Akkadian Belshazzar. See, I want to show y'all something. I feel like I have to do this because some of us Israelites, for some reason, it's like we seem like we can get into this Torah and we don't have to get into the identities of people. We can just keep reading words and guessing who this is. Guessing, is this a name or a word? I want to show y'all something. Genesis 10. And this is just to show you who the Assyrians are, because there's a lot of brothers lost on this. Man, them Assyrians was Hamites. No, they wasn't. Them Assyrians was Shemites. And I'm tired of hearing people say that stupid ass shit. Genesis 10. Starting at 20. And to Shem also him were born. And he was the ancestor to all of those who lived on the other side of the brother Japhet the elder. The sons of Shem, Elam, Ashur. This is the Assyrian right here. So this is our brother. Assyria is in the line of Shem, not in the line of Ham. Israel, please just stop being stupid on this shit. So Assyria is our brothers, not Hamites. Hamites are our cousins. All right. So let's get this. So there we go. Chaldea. Ashkenazi. Chaldea. Okay. Now I'm going to show something about these guys. I'm going to show y'all something weird about these guys. It says, the are my spy, or also so it says ancient Greek were a legendary tribe of one-eyed people of where? Northern Scythia, same place. But these people only had one eye, who lived in the foothills of the Rephaim Mountains, various identified with the Aurora Mountains. But the Scythians, for some reason in history, they only have these people recorded having one eye. And I really find that is very, very funny. Now watch this. It says modern historians speculate on the history and the identities that may be selectively extracted from a brief account. See, that's bullshit. See that? Look, we know who their identity is now. That's Ashkenazi. See that? Look, Scythians, also known Saka. That's just a play on Ashkenazi, y'all. That's just a play on their name. That's all that be about, y'all. Now, I'm going to show y'all some crazy connection. I'm going to show y'all what I'm getting to. This is going to be the Scythians or Ashkenazi. Now, I'm going to show you who these people will later on become to be. And I'm going to show you one. And I think as soon as you see it, you should already know who these people go on to become. Now, who that look like? Don't fuck around with me, man. Who that look like? Look. You really don't think these people spread out over the earth? Easter in Spain. Now, what they look? Now, how do they dress up for Easter in Spain? You understand now? It's still not making sense, is it? Or are we too hard-headed, Jake, to understand what's going on, what's done happened in front of your face? See, these people been lying about their identity. And you just won't get it. So I'm going to show that again. Yeah. Same people. I don't care about what festival and what ritual this is. I don't give a fuck. It's the same people. That's what's important. So remember, this is the Scythian. And guess what this is? This is the royal garb. I told you these people wouldn't have no royalty because they wouldn't have shit until they got into Babylon. Assyria, Babylon. And that's something, you know, just like the brother Judah said. Whenever you see that word, now watch this. Whenever you see that word neo, that just means new. An alliance formed between the external states, such as the Chaldeans, who took advantage of the upheavals in Assyria to take control of Babylon in the aid of the Babylonians themselves. I told you, man, these same people would have got into Babylon. And they would have took over Babylon. And when they did that, they went back to destroy Assyria. And they destroyed Assyria forever. So I'm going to show y'all something. Now I'm going to show y'all. These people get the same report. These people get the same report. Now watch this. Just going to hit wicked because we don't have to go far with this. Like, we don't have to go far with this at all. Now watch this. Because we know this is Scythian. This is Ashkenazi. Just don't forget that. That's Ashkenazi. In the 7th century BC. Now what's important in the 7th century? Remember, y'all. Assyria, Babylon falls in 612. 616, Assyria falls in 612. And this would be the Neo-Assyrian Empire. This is what these people first starting to get into. Between 911 BC and 609 BC, they would have started to get into. So I'm going to prove that. In the 7th century BC, the Scythians crossed the Caucasus and frequently raided the Middle East along with the Crimeans, playing an important role in politics and developing a region around 650-630. Scythians briefly dominated the Medes and western Iran. You see that? It says, after losing control of Media, the Scythians intervened in the Middle East affairs, playing leading role in the destruction of Assyria. So that's Ashkenazi. Don't talk to me about identity until you learn who's who. I'm going to stop on this note. I'm going to leave that picture up so you can know who's who. That's Ashkenazi. And with that, I want to say all praise to Yahweh, Kahala Yahweh, Shalom.